Some people believe that there are industries that are difficult to innovate, and that belief is very strong about the staffing and recruitment industry. Now, this tool that you see here to the side, the Business Practices Spectrum, which you can download from my site, wintripconsultinggroup.com, actually helps you innovate by getting rid of repetitive and sustained practices that harm your business and either turn those into best practices or innovation. And I'm going to give you an example of that today, and then I'll tell you how you access that tool. Now, I'm going to rely on my tool here. I've got the Business Practices Spectrum in front of me. And the repetitive practice that I want to talk to you about in staffing and recruitment is what I call submit and wait. You submit candidates, and then you wait for a response. You hope for a response. You pray for a response, and sometimes you don't get a response, which makes no sense if they really have a need. So what's the better thing than that? Well, if that were a sustained practice, that would be schedule and submit. You schedule time that you're going to meet about your candidates, then submit those candidates, and then have those scheduled appointments. It's a little bit better, but it's still not a best practice. It doesn't create gains for your company. It certainly doesn't create leaps forward like innovation can do. So instead, I like as a best practice, plug and play. Here's how that works. You ask them for times where you'll plug in candidates for interviews, and prior to the interviews, you'll submit resumes that they can contact you about if they have any concerns. Most of the time they don't. They just show up to the interview. This cuts down on their labor intensity. It increases their engagement, and it makes their lives easier. But now watch this. If we move it one more to the right, we do what's called the one and done pledge, which is innovation. And very simply put, you promise that for the positions that you're especially good at, you're going to get it done right the first time. It's going to be the person they want to hire. And if not, your fee goes down 1% or your bill rate goes down slightly. And the only caveat is, if they reject the person, it has to be for a good reason that's going to improve the process. The people who are doing this innovation are saying most of the time the first person's hired, and if not, then it was the recruiter or staffing person who did something wrong, not the engaged customer, because everything's agreed to as part of the contract. Those customers who have a high sense of urgency, who really need somebody now, love this because they don't have to spend as much time. So that gives you an example of how you can convert things that we've done the old way for so long in staffing and recruitment, and make them better. Now, if you'd like this tool, just go to wintripconsultinggroup.com, go to the tools area, the resources area, and if you go to assessments, you'll find how to download this tool. And the second page of it, you can literally walk your processes through the different columns to find out where they lie right now. Is it a repetitive practice, a sustained practice, or is it already a best practice or innovation? This will help you figure it out. And is it worth it? Well, imagine going from submit and wait to one and done. I think if you think about that one alone, you have your own answer.